everybody. Today's video comes to you from my bed because we're going to talk about sleep. Now, sleep can set you up for success, but it is not a deal breaker. We all know that sensation of laying in bed panicking about what's going to happen the next day, and are we going to be ready, and are you going to be rested enough, and if you're not resting, are you going to be rested? And it can just go down a terrible spiral. And I don't know that anyone really wakes up the morning of an audition saying, yeah, I feel awesome, I rested great last night. So that's the first reassurance, is that even if you get a terrible night's sleep the night before, you're gonna do fine. It's generally the second day after where you might crash. Usually that's okay. So don't worry too much about getting a poor night's sleep the night before. The other thing to reassure yourself is if you are laying in your bed in the dark with your eyes closed, you're resting. Even if you're not asleep, that's still good. And it means you probably will fall asleep at some point in the night. It's really hard to stay awake all night in a dark room, laying down with your eyes closed and not go to sleep at some point. So just relax about that. It's gonna happen. You'll be okay. Now, some tips of things you can do to try to make it easier to fall asleep. One thing is simply to tip your chin up when you're laying on your side. So rather than be curled up in a tight ball, go ahead and lay farther out and tip your chin up. It opens up your airway and makes it easier to breathe and easier for your eyes to want to stay shut. The other thing about keeping your eyes closed is you don't want to just scrunch them shut and be like, I'm got my eyes closed. Relax about it, close your eyes, but also take your eyeballs and look up while your eyes are closed. It's amazing how this works. If you combine that with tipping your chin up and you close your eyes and roll your eyes up in your head, you will take the most amazing deep breath. It feels so good, and it's weird how it happens every time for me. As soon as I get my eyeballs rolled up, I just, and it feels good. So that's something you can do to get yourself in a state where sleep can happen. So I hope these tips and reassurances help you get set up for a good night's sleep.